We actually have this very, very logical and rational practice in Germany that if you're born and you're baptized, automatically you're part of the church, and automatically we have something called church tax, which is exactly what it sounds like. Not only do you pay your regular taxes, like income tax or business tax or VAT, no, you also pay tax for the church for whatever reason. So I was like, I'm not very religious. I have grave disagreements with the Catholic Church in general. I'm not financing anything they're doing. Like, I want to point out one thing that I think is important. I do think that there is certain work that the church is doing, at least in Germany, that I think is important. For example, we have a shortage of psychiatrists or psychologists, and there is organizations in the church that,
psychedelics.
Exactly. Also shortage of that. But there's organizations within the church, or like the churches, I guess, that do help people with trauma, with, people who don't have anyone to talk to, people who might not need acute medical treatment, but just might need, someone to listen and share their pain with. And I think that that's a really important thing that, religion or like the church as a community can provide. But I think you don't need a God for that.
With tax, is it something that's just automatically taken out?
Yeah, I just got a letter. I was like, please send us this amount of money because we saw your, tax declaration for last year. I was like, excuse me? And it was like not a small amount. So I'm like, and then I was like, I called them. I was like, I'd like to leave the church. And they were like, oh, that's actually not possible. You actually need to come here in person to the town hall and declare it to a staff member that you want to actively. I'm like, so like the first day I actually went to...
That's why you went back to Germany.
Yeah.
So I went to Germany, and like on the first day I came back, still jet lagged. I woke up, I got my booster shot, then I went to like leave the church, then I went to visit my grandma, and then I had Greek dinner. So it was a eventful day. And then I basically, I died that night.
But congratulations on your emancipation from the church.
Oh, thank you very much.
Emancipation from tax.
If you don't mind me asking, what is the percentage of church tax? Obviously not the dollar amount, but what do you reckon they take from you?
I suppose I can understand the rationale of the church tax existing if that is sort of the work that they're doing. If they are providing those sort of services, I imagine they need funds to be able to provide that. Because it's a very similar situation in Australia. A lot of like NGOs that do the foster care organizations, they're also run by, like they're usually Christian-based NGOs.
But then I would say these services, definitely for the amount that they get in tax money, they definitely don't need that much just for those services. And like, isn't the Catholic Church one of the richest institutions in the world? I might be wrong about that, but they definitely have money.
They have their own country.
Yeah.
So the church tax in Germany is 9% of your income tax, of your income amount.
That's huge.
Fucked. That is huge. Massive.
So if you pay, let's say you're really making a good amount of money and you pay,
holy crap.
Let's say you pay $40,000 or like $20,000 in income tax, then you pay another 10% of that, so $4,000 to the church.
That's insane.
Oh, so it's 10% of the income tax, not your income. Okay, that's marginally, that's better, but that is still quite a big chunk.
It's still wild.
That is still quite a big chunk.
That's absurd. That is when religion has gotten far too involved in my life.
So let's see. So income tax in Germany.
I'm sure this is a riveting episode, by the way, discussing German income tax.
How do we get from superstition to German income tax?
Yeah, I started this out with a really juicy topic, and Manu was like, oh, guys,
let's talk about it. I do think it is kind of interesting.
Let me show you my financials for the last quarter.
So income tax goes apparently 9%, no. Okay, there's no clear percentage for that apparently. But nonetheless, like no matter what the percentage is, it's still like 9% off your income tax is still a significant amount in the end.
Any percent is too much for church tax, IMO.
The existence.
Religion is a choice. If you want to donate to your church, go for it. Keep them running. I do not want to be forced to give money to the church. Any church.
To be fair, like me personally, I really enjoy talking or debating also people like friends who are more religious than me, because it's an interesting conversation and debate to have to a certain degree. But like I think the internet is usually the wrong place to have it.
You think?
Yeah.
Maybe we should make it a special. The 8
Yeah.
years special. Blue banana special.
I mean, that's every week for us, really.
We destroyed Catholicism. And it's the Pope with a sad face and Liam with a boxing glove.
Yeah. Take that, Pope.